Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Five of Swords. Yeah, I knew it was going to be something like this. Obviously, I'm in my street clothes, right? You might actually hear some water running in the background here. We're having a bit of a plumbing issue. Our water heater is leaking. So we've got the plumbers here. You might hear some plumbing sounds coming from the rest of the house here. But amidst all of that, I felt that there was something urgent that needed to come through for Leo. So here I am in the studio doing this bonus reading for you, and we start with that Five of Swords. So it really, really confirms the kind of the flash of intuition that I had this morning, that there's something going on. There's something that we feel is just not super duper at the moment, right? And here it is now with the Queen of Cups. So there's an existential component to what's going on. Oh, there's the Leo card. Nice. There's your power card. We got to ring the bell. This is that Leo energy, the lust or strength card, and that is within you, right? This is your courage. This is your ability to endure. Yeah. You got the Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Swords now. Art or Temperance card with that Queen of Cups. A lot of court cards now. With these three, we have this idea of kind of blending, harmonizing, trying to find the silver lining, trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Trying to find the inspiration and the magic and the love in this difficult situation, okay? And I don't know if this is a work thing. We got earth energy in the back here. Could be a work deal. But there's something going on that you're trying to just be strong and push through. But I think that there is I got that Five of Swords. I feel like there's a big decision coming for you in your life. More core cards. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. That's kind of the difficult part, is for you to slow down and contain yourself. Seven of Swords. I wonder if you're feeling kind of blocked or fenced in a situation, maybe at work. This could be at home. It could be with friends or family, but it feels more like a work thing to me. Or I should preface that. Work is not just what we do for money between the ages of, well, in my case, like 15 and a half, I guess, and however old we are when we retire. Was it 70, 62, or whatever? That's not work, right? Work is anything that we burn calories doing, all right? Maybe that's how we're going to look at it. Whatever we put our effort and energy into on a semi-regular basis, we're working. We're doing something. We're striving for something. We have some sort of intention, some sort of a goal, no matter how small or how large. That's our work, okay? So this is a situation, I think, that's affecting you in this place where you do this work and the other people that are involved here. These could be family members. They could be friends. These could be coworkers, okay? And I think we're really coming to like an existential crisis in our life. This is maybe a turning point in your life. Here's that Queen of Pentacles. That's the card that is kind of about the turning point, you know? This is where we're thinking about the past, you know? We are maybe nostalgic for when times were better. Maybe we're kind of looking at everything that happened yesterday and just thinking, I don't want to go and do this again tomorrow, right? Even in this future position with the Art or Temperance card, this is saying that, look, tomorrow feels like it's going to be a challenge too, okay? And so we're trying to just grin and bear it, I think, as the saying goes. Let's select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is that factor, infinite and unknown. And it's just going to go right here. We're just going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top, okay? And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card might be, I encourage you to put something, anything down in the comments. Venture a guess, first thing off the top of your head. Just see where your mind goes. Don't censor yourself. First thing that you think of, right? My first thought is Empress, right? I want that to be a comforting, nurturing, nourishing situation. I feel like we need a hug, right? I feel like we need somebody to literally just give us a big hug and say, I know it sucks right now. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through it. You know, you've got support around you. I know this is a situation with this Luster Strength card down beneath the surface, your power card. This is a situation that you kind of feel that you have to do it yourself. You have to figure out how to go forward from here. You got to figure out what you're going to do. So no one can endure this for you. No one can fix it for you. It's something that we have to have the courage and the strength to do, to get ourselves through it. Now, it doesn't mean we can't have some support along the way, right? So as far as the major arcana goes, this is it, baby. This and this. It's that Leo strength to face the challenges that are going to come tomorrow, right? To kind of get back in the kitchen, right? This is kind of like, this is your courage to go and brave that kitchen, that furnace, that trial, that test, the struggles of the day, you know? And, well, it could very well be a kitchen. It could be that we had, with the Princess of Pentacles in the background, could be that we had some ideals about how this was going to be. We thought, ooh, that's going to be a nice thing. That'll be a nice job, a nice endeavor, a nice project, a nice path, a nice life, whatever. Well, our expectations, you know, sometimes outreach the reality, okay? Because this is the card of that kind of perfection. It's like this is the material world and we're projecting our expectations on that material world. We want the world to look how we want it to look. We all do this, right? And I think it's important that we do this because it allows us to strive. We have this ideal of how we want our world. And we go and we build it. We make that world. We do it. We push ourselves out into the universe and we try to build the world of our dreams, right? Our ideal world. And sometimes we feel that we accomplish this. Other times we feel as if this is impossible. I think we have to also sometimes realize whether we are kind of overdoing it, right? We want to strive. We have this creative driving force in us, right? But how much is really reasonable to expect? You know, I want to mold my environment. I want to create the life that I want to live. At the same time, I don't want to impose my life, my will on everybody else around me because that's going to backfire. Okay, so we have this ideal, and I wonder with the Five of Swords, how much of it was us disappointed in the world because it's not turning out the way we thought it was, right? The way we had hoped, right? Anyway, that's a little bit of background. I feel like this is a situation that we had some expectations on. We thought it was going to be one way. We get there, and Five of Swords. Maybe there's a lot of conflict, a lot of arguing. Maybe people just aren't getting along. We don't feel the harmony. 5, we got 7. It's kind of getting a little bit worse. This might be a little bit of frustration at the time, right? Let's say we start a new job, and right away we just feel there's some discord. There's disagreement, there's fighting. It just seems like a little bit of chaos, confusion, right? When we look at the Princess of Swords at the top, this is kind of us being very hopeful. This is us kind of getting into the situation and thinking, oh yeah, hey, let me help with that. Let's try. Let's do better. Let's all try to get along. This is you, I think, really, and it almost feels a little naive. It feels like we're going in there with such an enthusiasm. Like this job hasn't really eroded your soul yet. Where we just think, we can make changes. We can do this, everybody. Let's rally together and let's solve these problems. I think time will eventually wear you down. But I say that kind of tongue in cheek, right? because we have to have this desire to improve things, And I think you're very proactive. You're a very positive thinker. You're in this situation thinking, yeah, how can I make this better? How can I learn? How can I adapt? How can I put, my best foot forward, right? But I do think that this kind of idealism, right? Princess, this idealism, this naivete even, is starting to wear kind of thin. And we're starting to feel a real depth, almost an existential dread about this situation. And maybe it's really about facing another day tomorrow, another day like today, right? So I feel like you're in some kind of a bind with this group of people. Let's see, court cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 court cards. To me, that's too many people. To me, that's a crowd. Okay, if I had 3, maybe I'd say, well, this is just a kind of a family thing or friends. If I had 4, maybe I'd say, okay, the room's starting to get a little full, but 5 is like, that's over the top. That's half of the cards here are other people. Other people's energies, right, are half of the situation. So it's you and a group of people. I gotta take a breath. We have fire, right? We've got water. We've got a lot of air, right? And then we've got earth. And right now, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 air. We have 1, 2, 3 earth cards. Okay, and a little bit of fire and water. The fire and water, of course, are what the temperance card are blending together, right? Trying to blend the fire and water. And what we have is pure water, pure fire. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, water on water. We have the Knight of Wands, fire on fire. So immediately it says, is this just kind of, is this a situation now that feels like, oh God, I've got myself into this and I have no choice but to just suffer and endure it, right? But thankfully it's not a hanged man, right? The hanged man is just kind of, we've surrendered. We just said, go ahead, cuff me up, I'm done, And the other side of that, of course, is the pure fire energy, that we maybe are filled with this itch, this nagging kind of burning sensation of just running away, running the opposite, just dropping all of our tools and getting the heck out of the building, So what do? Well, you've got that art or temperance card in this future position. We're looking for that strategy. We're trying to quiet down our urge to run. And we're trying to really do this kind of analysis of ourselves and really look within and really feel how we feel and be like, is this, am I perceiving things the right way? The Queen of Cups is veiled. We don't always know if is what I'm feeling now, is this real? Is this how I really feel, or is this just a little bit of that? Is there other things going on? Is there frustrations of in other areas, or is this something that will pass? Is this something that is just me kind of being avoidant? Or is this me, expecting things to be perfect? Am I expecting too much? Like, we're trying to really look at how we feel and see the authenticity of it. You've got to lift the veil about how you feel. First thing really is to have this kind of emotional transparency where we feel how we feel and we say, yeah, these are the feelings that are just, I'm kind of, the superficial feelings. These are just like surface desires and just annoyances or whatever. Those don't mean anything. But what's really here at the core, underneath the veil, those are what really, really matter. See, the Queen of Cups shows the different layers of our emotional body, There's the surface level, which really just reflects what's in the environment. So in this case, your surface level emotions are just reflecting the confusion of the environment. All these people, you're in this room of just too many people and it's chaotic. You start feeling chaotic. And you're just giving that same energy back. It's just a reflection, right? Then there's the shallow end. The shallow end of the water is like, my body wants to feel good right now. I want to have fun. I want to have pleasure and excitement. I want to get along with people. I want to have, I want to have fresh air and sunlight and clean water to drink. These are just kind of basic things. And I think sometimes we get in the shallow end here and we just think of immediate gratifications. I'm thirsty, I want to drink. I'm hungry, I want to eat something. And so we start to think, okay, well, is this just me really expecting my job, if this is a job thing, am I expecting this to be like a luxury vacation rather than work? So how am I interpreting the reality here? Is this just my surface level desires that just want everything to be like a luxury vacation? Or is this really just work, and I just need to accept that, hey, this is not going to be fun all the time, right? But then there's the deeper waters, the infinite depths really of our soul. And that's where we really need to look to figure out if this is something that we just need to grin and bear it, adjust to it, get used to it, or realize that we have unreasonable expectations, right? Or that we're projecting some sort of ideal onto this situation that it's really not living up to. So we see a lot of introspection with the Five of Swords. We really have to look down into the depths. What is it that's going on in your relationship with this situation? This group of people, friends, family, coworkers, the world at large even, maybe, right? We have to know what level we're kind of operating at in this Queen of Cups. And that's going to give us a strategy for the future. Well, maybe this is just something that, maybe I've got to just be strong, be brave, and continue doing it and work on kind of making it better and improving things. Maybe this is at the very core of you, fundamentally wrong for you. And that's why we feel the way we feel. That's why this is happening, right? Or is it really, maybe I don't actually feel so chaotic. Maybe I'm just literally like reflecting the vibe of the room. And inside, I don't mind the work that I'm doing. If I can ignore all the BS and all the drama going on around me, I actually like what I'm doing, We have to ask ourselves these questions. I don't know the answer. You do, but you've got to go in and find them. Okay? And I can see why this felt like such an urgent reading for you today. Moving over to the path of the serpent, there's this itch, there's this desire to run, this fire and water kind of thing. The fire is really not even so much the urge to run, but this is the urge to just react kind of impulsively and to feel like we can just stand up and shout and everything's going to be better. That we can force people to behave, It doesn't work that way, but we feel like we want to, like we just want to we want to let loose on this environment, this particular, situation. We know we can't do that. We have to temper our responses. We have to be strategic. We have to try to get along, right? So we need some sort of a blend between the fire and the water, I think. For now, and while we do this depth work and this exploration, we don't want to burn any bridges. We don't want to do anything rash or impulsive. We want to try to find the silver lining, try to find the inspiration and the beauty and the magic in this situation. Maybe this is something that you really, really love to do. Maybe this is the best environment for you. It's just the other people, they have their drama and you're kind of getting sucked into it. So maybe if we fortify ourselves against all that outside drama, this is going to be the happiest time for you, right? So we gotta figure this out before we do anything impulsive, right? The Queen of Pentacles is always looking at the past. You're looking at the long, hard road that it took you to get here. I think that this is a situation, either a time in your life, it's an environment, it's a job, a career, community organization or a charity or whatever. Whatever this group of people is, it took you a long time to get your way in there. So don't run away, don't burn it down too quick, So we have to think, well, look, it took me years and years and years to finally get into this club, whatever it is, It took a long time and a lot of hard work to get you where you are today. You don't want to spoil it. You don't want to throw it away. So this is a card that says, let's remember that. Let's remember how hard you worked to get here before we decide what we're going to do next. And now this card has to turn around and look at the future. Okay. But I think that the history of this thing is very important to you. And if you remember how long and how hard you worked to get where you are right now, that's going to influence the choices that you make in the next few days, couple weeks. Okay. And even the Eight of Pentacles is showing that the difficult thing for you right now is to go slow and prudent. Pay attention to the details. Be strategic. Do the little things. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't do anything drastic, right? If you're trying to cultivate a garden here and the plants aren't really growing that well, you don't suddenly start dumping buckets of water on them in this frantic, surge of energy that's going to try to improve things. You don't push them out into the sunlight for 24 hours a day, right? You don't dump buckets and buckets of water on them in this frantic attempt to save them. You go slow. You do a little bit of medicine, a little bit of plant food. You change a little something about the soil. You give them a little bit of water, and you give them a little bit of, you adjust things incrementally, small adjustments, right? Not these big, swooping, sweeping changes. That's the Eight of Pentacles. But that's hard for you to do right now, and I understand that. We feel that it needs something drastic. The Eight of Pentacles, no, slow down. Incremental adjustments. Okay? But the Seven of Swords, this is not the end of the situation. I feel like we really have to get to the next reading now. When your sign comes back up in our energetic cycle, we're going to see what the update is on some of this. But the Seven of Swords is saying that there still is this blockage, that there's still this inability to know exactly what the path is because you see a lot of different options. There seems to be a lot of conflicting voices within you. And so I think we need some reflection. Because this choice, it's not an easy one. There's a lot of options, and how do we know which choice is the right choice? This is kind of like a game of, when you're picking straws, which one are you going to pick? It's hard to tell right now because we don't know which one is the actual long-term, dedicated, central core path. And that's what we have to realize with this Queen of Cups. We have to get down into those emotions, into those feelings. And we have to see what the proper course is. I think right now we're just seeing the tips or we're not seeing the full length of any of these choices. We're too nearsighted, right? So we have to do this process of thinking, kind of long-term, thinking things through in a broader scope. Otherwise, we're just picking straws here, right? We've got to see really what's going to be the best solution. Yeah. Why don't we do Metatron Oracle card? I think this will be a good encouragement, even a kind of comfort. I feel like we just kind of need a deep breath. We need to get a good night's sleep. We need a hot meal. We need a hug. And we'll figure this out. And I know tomorrow doesn't seem like it's going to be a very fun day. But let's see what we get here. Orange. Connection and attunement. That really does. Look at this. It looks very similar to your power card. Look at that. I mean, they're almost identical, right? That's really cool. I haven't seen this card yet. Orange. Connection and attunement. It's kind of like we've got to really get into our superpower here. We've got to activate our essential Leo nature and tap into our divine energy, attune ourselves to our will, to our divine source. Get this perception of this Ace of Swords. We need the clarity that is this Ace of Swords surrounded by these other six, right? We got the seven. What we need is the Ace in the middle. So we're trying to attune ourselves to that divine energy. I wonder if this will be the Ace of Swords. Let's do one more Oracle card. Let's do an angel number. And then we'll check out that mystery card, all right? I'm not going to leave you hanging. 0505, unexpected shift, divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, gut feeling. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you the most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad. Or so this is, something I think is rocking the boat right now. Okay, something doesn't feel right. Something seems chaotic, seems out of place. It seems not right. Okay, sudden challenges. But this is promising, you're gonna end up exactly where you belong, right? Maybe this is your dream job. Maybe this is, I don't know, a relationship that's off to a rocky start. It could be a lot of things, okay? We've got to attune to the divine energy, and we've got to search for the clarity. We got to allow the clarity to come in, which in a way is saying, let's stop the intellectual chatter. Let's stop the mental noise. And let's just go within. A little bit of meditation, some prayer, right? A walk in the woods or whatever it is, right? A dip in the pool, any of these things. Mystery card. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, I want you to put it down in the comments. I'm thinking Empress. Well, I want the Empress, but I'm thinking maybe we need wants and needs, right? They're different. I think what we need is that Ace of Swords, okay? A clear perception of what's going on with kind of a clear idea of what to do moving forward. So if you have a prediction, put it in the comments. A King of Cups. Interesting. King of Cups. We had another court card, by the way. So we have the Queen of Cups. Now we've got the King of Cups. This is fixed water energy. Okay. This is someone that's striving to live authentically. This is trying to, I think this is finding. If we're in this Queen of Cups searching for the answer, this is us finding it. We're finding that stone down in the bottom of that lake, right? And this is really the authentic self. And you know that if this is the right situation for you and there's some kind of surface level stuff going on that we need to deal with, or if at the very core of things this is wrong, right? You're finding the answer. You're finding that stone at the bottom of the lake. Really, it's, an ace of pentacles, right? To give you that solid conviction about what you're supposed to do. Yeah. This is very good. This is very confirming for me. We're going to do an extended 2 and see what comes up. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There is one down below. New readings for Leo, usually on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Okay, like I said, this was a bonus. I felt that there was something kind of urgent that needed to be talked about, or needed to kind of talk you down from something, right? From maybe doing something a little bit impulsive. Let's breathe. All right, and we'll find the solution. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.